Hi, it's Greg from bloominaddiction.com. Today we're going to talk about Paphiopedilum sanderianum. I'm going to repot one and talk a little bit about their culture. Start off by showing this plant. This one actually just finished blooming, has a nice new growth coming. It's been growing in this pot now for 3 years, and it's growing in sphagnum and perlite, or sponge rock. We've had a lot of success with this, and I find they grow better in this than in bark under our conditions. This is the one that we're going to repot today. We've got our sphagnum, which has been rehydrated. Pot's a little bit bigger than the one that it's currently in, and we've got some coarse sponge rock or perlite. You can see about the size. Okay, this particular one that we're going to repot is Sanderianum Dr. John AMAQAOS times Samsui AMAQAOS. I'm going to bring this up a little closer. Now, if you remove a little bit of the bark, what I want you to see here, there's a new root coming. There is also a new root that's been there for a little while that stopped coming, and some older roots, and hard to see, inside this leaf is a root, which I'm sure if you grow paphs you're familiar with. So we're going to expose that root to give it a chance to get down into the mix. So we've chosen a pot that's a little bit bigger than the one that it's currently in. I'm going to put about maybe a ½ inch or so of coarse perlite in the bottom. I'm going to add a little bit of sphagnum, set that off to the side. And this is currently growing in bark. Now, in a bark and a perlite mix. Now, the thing that I find is the roots, as they come near the top, as the mix dries out after watering, these roots dry out and they stop growing, which is an issue. You want as big of a root mass as you can. So tip this over, get this guy out. Okay, I'm going to discard the pot. Got some nice active root growth, but you know what? Under our conditions, we grow under lights, about 72 to 75 degrees during the day, and probably into the low mid 60s at night. So you can see there's that root. So we're going to take some scissors. These are sterilized. Cut that off. Shame to lose a leaf, and if you cut that and you split it down the middle and then you pull, it's a little trick, then you can remove that leaf a lot easier and expose. Oh look, even more roots. Kidok. So get rid of that. I'm going to disappear for 2 seconds. Just give this a rinse. Okay. And then we'll come back. So we're going to set this in the pot, orientate it the way that you want. There's no real science to this. Just add a little bit of perlite. You can see those new roots. A little more perlite. Just keep layering it up. The one that I showed you earlier, that's in sphagnum, the bigger plant with the new growth, that plant was, when I purchased it, it was in bark, and I noticed again that the roots were just not doing that well. And the new roots, which form near the surface, stall and brown off. Okay, getting up there, nicely orientated. The other nice thing about the sphagnum moss is that you don't have to water as often. So what you want to do is you want to let this moss approach dryness, but not quite dry out. And planted like this, those roots, given constant moisture, will take off and do very well. They'll shoot down into the mix and you'll get really nice root development. And then we'll water this. You know what? Oh, by the way, I grow these under lights. About 12-hour day, 8 in the morning till about 8 at night. And they do very well. Not a hard orchid to grow. Now, if you can provide this sanderianum with more warmth, and you can grow it at about 80 degrees, they will grow faster, without a doubt. So if you can provide it with more, you know, even outdoors in the summer, and there we go. Nice and happy. We'll water that well, and probably water under our conditions probably about once a week. And that's a bonus too, because that's less work when you've got a lot of plants to water. Great. Take care.